This is Xiangyang XIN, people call me XIN, founder of XXY Innovation. 11 years ago, I gave a lecture at the IDSA National Conference. It was a lecture to help American designers to understand China. Actually, I opened the lecture by showing a picture of Xiangyang XIN, Republican representative for 2008 presidential election. I was asking who would vote for Xiangyang XIN. There was a dead silence in the audience of about 600 people. And then I showed the picture of Obama. People were very excited, they were shouting, cheering for Obama. So the next slide, which the one surprised many people, and there are still people talking to me about the lecture I gave 11 years ago. The slide was about, I said, as a Chinese, I care little about who would become the president of the United States. To me, they were two sub-brands of a same company, just like Pantene and Head and Shoulders from Procter & Gamble. People see differences, but they both represent something fundamentally that are shared. That which is called, maybe you may call it Americanish, the spirit of America. There are so many people who may think about different kinds of symbols of what makes America an America. One of the important political symbols is Abraham Lincoln. In 1863, November 19th, he gave this important lecture at one of the most difficult times of the country. He talked about 407 years ago of our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition to all men are created equal. And that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. So that was important lecture that really helped America went through that difficult time of its country. It was important lecture that unified the country and actually gave hope to many people from inside and outside. Not long ago, about maybe half a century ago, there is important people that everyone still talk about, Martin Luther King. His lecture about I Have a Dream. That is not at a time such as Civil War, but it's also important lecture that really helped people from different cultural background, different races to really understand the importance of recognizing people with different cultural backgrounds and respect diversity. So those were important people really brought America to be the country that inspired people from all over the world and made America a very important nation that in the whole development of human civilization. Recently there's an interesting development, especially when everyone is talking and reading the tweets from President Donald Trump. Interesting thing is, instead of like Lincoln and Martin Luther King did, having a lecture, a voice that unified people from different perspectives, Trump, his tweet as a key opinion leader, he really actually somehow separated people from that was unified with a central belief, with principles that shared by the nation. And that's why people talk about United States is becoming the divided states of America. So, as a Chinese, I went to the States in 1996, started till 2005, and went to Hong Kong as a teacher, and now I stayed in mainland China. 2017, 1 year after Trump became President of the United States, I went back to the States again. In New York City, I saw thousands of people were protesting against Trump's policy in terms of Muslim. At that time, when I was in the city, in New York City, watching people protesting, marching by, I said to my son, who is an American citizen, if a country that allows voice to be voiced out, which means this country still has some hope, it's important thing that allow that system to be self-sustainable, to hear from its own roots. So again, as a Chinese who started and traveled back and forth between China and the US, started the US, now I'd like to offer my personal perspective of the United States of America, just to hope that my personal understanding of America would help people from both countries understand each other better. And I remember clearly about almost 20 years ago, my senior project in the States, the title for my senior project was what is missing between US and China is communication. So I'd like to start my personal show on a Chinese perspective of United States. Thank you. See you next time.